So, good evening. This is our 3-year anniversary of the meetup, and we started 3 years ago upstairs in the 4th floor in a tiny kitchen, handful of people talking about Emacs, swinging around some ELIS, what one does when one is a nerd. And now we're here. It's nice to see all of you, and welcome. And I hope you have a good time tonight. We basically have 2 talks. One is about CMUS by Matthias, and we have a second talk by Stefan. The title is so long, but basically it takes some time to get your code into Melpa, something like a couple of years and 12 hours. Sorry. Afterwards we're going to have some lightning talks and more cake and beers, and feel free to mingle around. This nice gentleman over there, by the way, not that you're scared, he's not from the CIA or NSA or PSU. It's Michael, one of our longest members. Unfortunately, he cannot participate in person, so we figured out a technical solution so he can join us, listen in, and ask some questions. And next time, maybe he does a talk. Remote, that would be great. So,
oh my god.
So, let's give a warm round of applause to Matthias, and hope this technology thing goes on. Yeah. Preview quit comment. Okay. No, just say ignore. Yeah. Okay. Enter full screen here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Matthias, also known as Vicky Matze on the internet, and this is now here my first talk at Emacs Berlin. I'm normally the organizer of Win Berlin, so I'm from the other side. But nevertheless, I want to give here a Win-free talk to you, and my talk is about CMUS. CMUS is a command line music player, and I love the command line. I think you too all love the command line, and I want to show you why this tool is really awesome. Has anybody of you heard about CMUS? And has anybody of you used it? Okay, it's fine. So then, for the rest of you, you will see what's capable of and why you should consider using it. So first of all, in the past I've used a couple of other music players, like Banshee or Amarok or Rhythmbox or what else is available on Linux. And what always nagged me was the fact that those players were graphical and they crashed a lot. Sometimes they used a lot of resources on my machine, and there was always something in my workflow, because working on the terminal with teammates, Vim, IRC chat, and so on, I have my whole workflow on the command line. So when I'm working, I normally want to listen to some podcast or listening to music, and of course I also want to do this in the command line. And so CMUS is really the perfect tool for this. It's very highly customizable. It's very, very, very fast. So if you're having a collection of I tried it with about 100,000 tracks, and you import those tracks into your library, into your CMUS session, and you've opened it, it just loads everything just in a glimpse of a second. It's really amazing. So. And if you want to browse your whole library and want to fetch or search after some certain track or some certain album, it's very easy to do this. So, at first, CMUS has different modes. So, the first mode when you opening up CMUS is the browse mode. So in the browse mode, you can just look around what is in your current CMUS session, and you can actually, when there is something in there, you can add tracks to your library when pressing A, or you can, when you press D, you can remove entries from your CMUS session. So let's open CMUS here. Where's the plus sign? Ah, okay. Okay. So there you go. So now that's basically the first start screen. And now when I press the 5th, now I'm in the browser mode. So I opened CMUS here in a directory where I have some music in there. And as you can see, there is all the music there. So when I press now, let's go into this folder, and here's some music. When I press now A, it's added to the library. And there you go. And of course, pressing capital D, it will delete those tracks then from your album list. Okay, so as I mentioned, when you add tracks to your CMUS program, you can go into the artist group and pressing 1, and then you can see all the tracks you have in there. And the special thing is if you want to see the albums of the artists. So here the artist is Honey, La Rochelle and Lisa Richard. And when you press enter, you can then see all the albums you have in your list. So this is very handy when you have some favorite artists and want to see an overview of all the albums you have in your library. Okay, then there's a second view. If you're pressing 2, then you have library mode. This is basically just a list of all your tracks you have in your CMUS session. So, and then you can order it, search after it, and do, if you press just here on one track, want to listen to someone, then just press enter and it will then just play the song. And here it's get highlighted and then gives you feedback what you're actually doing. Okay, so when you're playing songs, you have there are different commands available. So and of course shortcuts. So you can press B to play the next track, or Z to play the previous track. You can pause the current played song. You can restart the track, or you can change the orders of entries with pressing P. So this is very intuitive. So let's go here now to the next song by pressing B. There you can see the yellow line here, one is there, and it goes to the next song there. And of course, pressing Z you will go to the previous song. And now here so maybe, the sound available, and now pressing R to restart the song, and you can then listen to the track again. And pressing C to continue it. And as you can also see here, there's visual feedback over there. So there the great equal sign, okay, it's playing, and the pipe is currently in the pause location. Okay, you can increase or decrease the sound by pressing plus or minus. Mixer is not open, okay. So normally, when you have installed the mixer, then this should work. But here it's actually not working, so mixer is not open. Okay, but that's no problem. Just install it and then it will work. Okay, when you have a lot of tracks in there, you can use Control F or Control B to scroll just page down or page up. These are normally typical Vim shortcuts. But also when you press Control, you can repeat the current track. Okay, then CMUS has different play mode. So when you press M, you will just cycle through all the play mode you have. So you can the first mode is all, so play everything which is in your list. Then the next mode is album, so just play all the albums of a certain artists. And of course you can also have a play mode where you just want to play the song from a certain artist. Okay, then there are the different minor things like pressing capital M, then you will just change the modes just without interrupting the currently playing song. So if you are just in an album and the last track, and then you will switch mode, it will then finish this track and then will play maybe the next album or the next thing you have in the list, just stream through, so without any interruption. And then when you press A, you can enable the repeat function in CMUS, so when your playlist is over, then it will just start again playing from the beginning. And as mentioned, here now you get here this old feedback over there. So now here is R. So repeat is enabled, and I'm pressing it again, it will toggle away. Now repeat is disabled. So and here if I'm pressing now M, now I'm in the artist mode, artist play mode, the album mode, and the all mode. So this is really handy to see which setting you currently have. Then, of course, you can enable shuffle, so it will just play the songs in a different, or just in a random order. So, as you can see here, S is enabled, so shuffle is on. And, of course, you can just, when you're playing songs, it will, when the song is over, it will just then skip to the next one. And if you don't want to have this feature, so just play the current song and then start playing the music, just press Capital C and the continue mode is disabled. So all basic stuff, but it's just very intuitive in my eyes. Okay, then we have the browser list and the artist view and the library mode. There are two more modes available in CMUS. So you can have your own playlist. So when I'm now here in my browser mode and I want to add this song and this song, it then just get here added to my current playlist. So this is very handy when you are want to create some favorite music playlist and you want to save this list. Then you can put them here in your current playlist and save them. And if you want to have several other playlists for different things, it's very easy to load those playlists, and you can then CMUS will load those playlists, and then all your tracks are available then when you are loading this playlist. And there's also a queue where you just put in songs, and then it will play them after the first in, first out principle. So when I'm now here adding some songs to the queue, then they're available in the play queue. Okay, so there are some other useful commands you can use on Emacs. So these are normally command modes. So you can just use the add command in the command line to add songs there, and then just browse to the file or the directory you want to have, and you will then just recursively add all the MP3 songs that have there in the folder or some other location you want to add music from. Then there are built-in color schemes in CMUS. So let's say we want to have a green-looking layer, then it will just look like this. Or if you want to have some other colors seen, like solarized dark or solarized light, yeah, that's pretty nice. So you can just change the clips all the time. And if you want to just clear your current playlist, so let's say here's my play queue, I want to get rid of all the entries there, then just type in clear and everything is gone. So as mentioned, you can save a playlist. So what it does then, it will just take your the playlist you have in there and save it. So there you go. And now, if I get rid of my playlist, I want to load now my previously saved playlist. Then there's an auto completion. It's no problem. So, and there it is. And what it's basically just a playlist. It's a really I will try Emacs now to open the playlist. Oh, there is nothing. Oh, where did I save it? Ah, let's wait. Oh, okay, it's not there. Where is it? Oh, okay.
They were showing home.config CMUS here.
This could be. I didn't type in a directory, yeah.
Can we do a bit bigger here this time?
Yeah, of course.
Big enough?
Yeah. Let's see.
Config.
Okay. Yeah, okay. There is only the playlist, but not the playlist I say. Okay, let's try it. Maybe I have to specify the exact location of the playlist. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, but I'm searching after the no. Yeah, I just want to
Keyboard support?
yeah. Not in slash. Okay. So simple. So let's give it another try. Okay. And now Emacs is second round. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So as you can see here, it's just basically the the location of the files in the playlist. So that's very pretty simple.
Type escape already? You typed escape already?
Yeah.
Shame.
Oh. Okay, and you can mark songs in the library to add them to your playlist or to define certain play round. But yeah, you can do this. And of course, if you want to quit CMUS, just press Q for quit. There you go. Okay, another useful command is invert. So this is just when you mark all tracks in your list and you want to select all the tracks which are not marked, then you can just use invert. And preview. So if you want to toggle between two views in CMUS, so it's like, let's say I want to toggle between the library view and the playlist view, then I can toggle between those two. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, when you want to configure a CMUS, then you find all the configuration file in your home directory config CMUS, as already mentioned here. And there's a RC file, so this is basically the configuration file for CMUS. And the important thing in CMUS is, it took me a couple of hours to find out when you are editing your current CMUS session and want to persist all the changes you made, so you can change some mappings or the layout of the color. Just type in autosave and then it will save all the settings for you in your CMUS in your CMUS settings. So then it's all saved. Okay, so here's some part of my config. So it's very easy to configure CMUS. So and there's a tool on Linux when you're editing ID3 text and you're listening to one song and want to change it. Then what I did actually with another music player was to just mark the files and then use the mouse to edit the text. But when I'm using CMUS to listen to some tracks I want to change it, then just press E to go to edit, then it will open easy text for me in the program with the album and the track selected, and then just can work on them. And I want to change the sound increase in a certain amount, like 5% or minus 5%, then just unbind the plus and minus command and then define the new behavior for it. And there's some Vim shortcut there. I want to use Control N or Control P to go to the next to the previous song. Because the normal N and that were, the N and that shortcut were not so intuitive for me, so I changed it this way. And another thing I did was, normally for my albums I have there some cover JPEG or PNG file, and when I'm listening to a track I want to see, okay, what was the album of the text. I created just a basic shell script over here, so it will use CMUS remote. So this is another tool of CMUS, so when you want to control CMUS, or when you can even run CMUS on a server, and you can have there one instance and everybody can jump in there and change things. And you can also use the command to get the currently played song there. So when I'm playing a song in CMUS, I can grab all the information there. And what I'm doing here is just firing up the CMUS remote Q command and then grab the text output, find the path of the song I'm currently playing, and then search after the tag album and then finding the file that are in there, and in the end use the notify send command to display the album as in a small window on my screen. And again, you can just fire up some shell script in CMUS, and it's very, very easy to do this, as you can see here. So here then the content of my shell script. Okay, and that's it for CMUS so far. Yeah,
Not too much.
okay.
What about integrations with the window manager, like GNOME? Do you have, or do you do your own integrations, or do you know if there's people working on that? Besides showing the album in a notified notification, things like integrating it with panels or something like that. Do you know anything?
I tried it, so that it's possible to have like a music player for your teammates in the office or so. So there's some Python Django app out there that just do the things for you. So display the albums, track all the information, and you have a remote player where everybody can control what's going to play. So, and on my own machine, I don't need this feature.
I have a very obvious question. Does
Yeah.
it work with Emacs? Is there like an Emacs glue code thingy or something that Emacs talks to CMUS so I can remote control it and don't need to change
I think there is, but I haven't searched for it so far. There are some little plugins, but all they do is just mapping the commands like play the next song, play the previous song, and so on. So it's not so, there's no so great tools available within, but For my purpose, when I'm using CMUS, it's really no problem just to jump into the window where CMUS is playing, and it's very easy to navigate, and the shortcuts are all fine for me. So in the end, I really don't need any integration in VI for it. And especially since I'm using the E3 window manager, and sadly I can't show this to you. I have normally here over there in my taskbar, I can always see what's currently played, and I can see the album and the artist. It's basically all that I want to know currently, and I'm fine with this so far.
Thanks.
And again, it's really fast, really fast. It consumes no memory, no CPU power, and available on many platforms.
Do you need to organize your music files in a certain way? I mean, how important is the file names or the metadata in your music files?
I keep, it's working actually with UTF-8, it's working quite well with some special, when you have some special symbols in your ID3 tags or in your album names. So I'm just organizing my songs in albums, and in the albums there are all the songs, and as I mentioned, there's a cover.png file, a JPEG file where the cover of the album is, and that's the basic way I organize my files. So no special setup or any complicated. But I forget to mention, CMUS can also play streaming URLs also. So if you have a radio stream, then you can listen. You can use CMUS and it will play it. Yeah.
If the ID3 is empty, then how are those files shown inside CMUS? The artist and the album, for example, you have the ID3 empty, but the name of the file is, I don't know, the name of the artist, then /song or whatever.
Yeah. Then I have a shell script for this, and then I just print unknown.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to see my i3 file, they are on my GitHub account. Under i3, there are all my scripts I'm using. So if you're interested in this, just have a look there and steal what you can and what you need.
Thank you.
Okay.
While we get ready for the next talk, there's